everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Rime of the Frostmaiden, Part 26. Xardorock? I don't know how to pronounce that X. It could be anything. Xardorock, that one. Today is July 18th, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, including full playthroughs of Curse of Strahd, Ghost of Saltmarsh, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Tyrant Security, Tomb of Annihilation, Masks the Green Sun, and many, many more to come. You can also catch our all of these games as an audiocast anywhere audiocasts are made available for free. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on as we're playing live here on Twitch, or you can join us on our Discord and post them in our Questions for the Courts chat. That is the easiest way for us to see them. Otherwise, just post them in the Twitch chat. We got some pretty great people here already who will do their best to actually put that in the chat so that way we can all see what's going on. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful spaces, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this wonderful show even more? Well, guess what, buddy? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks, face masks, and we also have a slew of pride designs as well for a variety of folk. All of the proceeds of from last month are going to go to help support the Trevor Project. And guess what? We made over $50 last month. So all of that money is going to be going directly into the Trevor Project by the end of this evening, the end of Pacific Standard Time. And I will be posting that donation onto Twitter so that way y'all can see the receipt that it was actually done. Because, you know, clarity is a good thing. But all of our face masks, the proceeds end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure.redbubble.com. No S at the end. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, Satan, who are you playing today?
Hi everybody, my name is Satan, and today I will be playing Kuori, the Goliath Eldritch Knight, and we both use she, they.
Oh, hi, everybody. It's me, sunburnt LizMac, and tonight I will be playing our sweet bean rock gnome cleric, Lydia. We both use she, her pronouns.
And I'm the indoor adventurer, and tonight I shall be playing Hart, wood elf druid. We both use he, him.
Hi, everybody. I'm Wings. I'm the DM for tonight. I use she, her pronouns, and let's just get right into it. Her fury sheds but frozen tears as gray clouds issue forth. Her wind across the wasteland shears, bringing blizzards from the north. When we last left off, our party was in the middle of an attempted coup in the Sunblight Fortress, having gotten into the fortress, watched the Chardlyn dragon fly off towards 10 towns. They met Grandalfa Musgart, who was Xardorock's intended, and she does not agree with that sentiment. So she has recruited the adventurers to try and help take him down. And then you guys came out into his throne room. Turned out that his son was in there with a Myconid that was getting tortured by some Quaggoths. Fucking killed those Quaggoths. The Myconid took over the Quaggoths with its spores, and it was holding off the guards as you guys made your way out of the throne room. How are you proceeding? Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go back into stealth mode, or are you gonna just keep on running?
Lydia is flying as close to the ceiling as safe to do. So I'm zooming.
Yeah, I guess we can try quick stealthy mode if the Myconid is holding off the guards.
Yep, this enormous Myconid is just standing tall, sending its Quaggoth servants off to go and fight the Duragar guards. I imagine there's like a moment where you like turn around and like regard him in some way, and he's just like, "Go!" Like the more of them that fall, the stronger I become. He just like poof, like throws some spores down and like
The fucking metal.
raises more like dead guards to like join its army, and you see like doors burst open and more Quaggoths start running in to try and fight him. But he seems to be holding his own.
Yeah.
And speaking of, he's speaking telepathically into your minds as he does this, and you realize as you're getting farther away from him, you still have that ability. You can still telepathically communicate with one another.
Amazing. Very
Amazing. Love it. Miss my side crystal.
We do still have Pass Without a Trace because Hart cast it just before we entered combat, unless it's concentration.
It is.
Did you cast other spells?
I got hit a lot.
Ooh.
That's true.
I was going to say, I can cast it again. I don't mind casting it again. But at the same time,
I don't know if it's worth the spell slot.
yeah.
I don't want to metagame too much.
Actually, yeah. So this has never happened before. Hart is like, as Burning Star, you see the eye flare up. And hey, guess who has a pearl of power that they haven't used for a while? I'm gonna regain a second level spell slot, so that way I can use Pass Without Trace.
Nice.
Hey.
Look at us remembering what items we have.
Yeah.
It's in our resources. I love it.
Yeah, you can use an action to speak the command word and regain one expended spell slot. It has to be 4th level or lower, so that's totally fine. Yeah, so Pearl of Power used, and then
Oh, should I also have a pearl?
I feel like you see Burning Star like grab into a small part of like their shoulder and pull off what looks like 4 small glowing red beads, and then they close their palm and extend outward, and I'm going to use one of my Robe of Useful Item charges to create 4 healing potions. I'm gonna chug one real quick just to it's a sippy right now. I feel like that's a little necessary.
Do I have...
So I need that, and then we can stealth, but like Papa needs a drink. Then 5, so a total of 7. Okay.
20.
Yeah, so stealth. I'm going to use the dice that I got from the Magic the Gathering set that just came out, and hopefully it leads me to victory.
Exciting.
That's a 19 in total.
Okay. I got a 20. I got a 19.
17 plus 10, so 27.
Holy shit. Okay.
You are the knight, Lydia.
You are
I am
the knight?
flying on the ceiling right now.
Awesome. All right, Lydia, you get a really good look at what's going on here. As you exit the throne room, there is a little area that is just... You turn around, you see that the throne room is kind of its own structure within a much larger cave system. And the cave itself is very large. There's quite a large opening here that smaller structures are built in this mountain, it seems. When you went down that elevator, it went for quite some time, probably over 1,000 feet, you would guess, if you were to have some gnomish thoughts about that. In front of the throne room, there are these pillars, devoid of decoration in the traditional Duragar fashion. And beyond those pillars is what appears to be a large cave with also some mine shafts that have that just sort of snake away into these systems off to the left. Though to your right, you can hear clanking and shouting and feel a very strong warmth sort of emanating from this enormous gate. The gate itself is wrought with iron, and appears to be padlocked from the opposite side.
Is it a floor to ceiling gate?
Nah, you could totally fly over it.
I'm going right over it then.
All right. Zoop, there goes Lydia. Lydia, as you fly over this gate, you can see that to your left there is a watchtower with all the little arrow. What is it called when it has the little slits that you can shoot arrows through, but it's got the wall that like goes palisades.
A palisade is a large wall. You're thinking of a murder hole.
Sure. Okay, we'll call it that.
It was that simple.
Yeah.
There are all these murder holes surrounding this watchtower, as you find it to be. And peeking in there, you rolled an amazing stealth check. Peeking in there, you can see that there are at least 3 Duergar guards here that aren't really paying that much attention. It seems that they have not been alerted to whatever is going on in the throne room.
Okay. I will continue to just like be stealthy. I will communicate telepathically to Kuori and Hart that there are 3 guards. They haven't noticed anything yet. And I want to try and fly down to unlock the gate, because you said it was on the inside.
Yep, the lock was on the opposite side. Yep, you land. The gate itself appears to be padlocked. It requires a key, but I believe that you are a tinker gnome. So
Yeah.
I would imagine that you have some tools on you that could help with that.
I do indeed. So it would be a sleight of hand check?
Yep.
Oh, that could be better. That could be better. Hold on. Not me forgetting to load up D&D Beyond before we started playing. Okay. Here we go. Sorry for the delay here, folks. Okay. 16 total.
All right. That's not bad, but it does take you a little bit of time. You settle in. You start to work your tools into the padlock. You're making some good progress when suddenly you can hear footsteps coming from the opposite side. Your friends are already very well hidden, but you have to dart out of the way as someone approaches. And you see them kind of bang on the gate, and a guard comes down, unlocks it, and lets them through. And the person is sort of speaking rapidly to the guard. It's another Duergar, and basically he says, I must tell the king his son has fallen. And the guy's all like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you head on in there. And he starts running in towards what appears to be the forge, but they do both leave the gate open.
Excellent.
You can hear another guard slowly making their way down to close the gate.
I sneak my way in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sneaking.
I'll blend in with the rock, the gray rock.
I will say at this point that more than likely Lydia's fly has worn off. It does only last a minute, which is a long time in combat, but I would probably assume combat and then flying over here and then flying down to the gate, it'll have probably been a minute by the time I unlock it.
I think so, by the time you've started to really work on this lock.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a page out of GB's book here and like get really cinematic with this, where like this interaction happens and like the camera follows those guys as they run away, and then like the camera turns back to the gate, and from the shadows we see Burning Star's eye light up, and we see like a rock sort of shift, and it becomes clear that it's actually Kuori. And the two of them have already gotten through the gate, and Lydia steps out of the shadows and like, come on, let's go. And then like, you guys go.
And a few feathers sort of follow as Lydia's wings molt.
As you creep around the watchtower, in the direction that you know that the dungeons are, because Grandolpha was so kind to draw you a map, you see this enormous pillar-like forge just belching metal into a trough in the ground that is flanked on both sides by 8 anvils. And then to the south of that is this large platform, about 30 feet across on each side. And atop that platform is a figure that Hart will find familiar. It is a Duragar that is in royal clothing. He's got these clawed gauntlets on made out of dark crystal. And he has a soot-stained white cloudy beard, and atop his head is a crown with 9 spires, most of them broken. Only 2 of them appear to be unsullied. And as the guard comes up to him and delivers the news that his son has died, he says, "More ashes for the pile." And he reaches up and snaps off one of the spires on his crown, leaving only one left, and he tosses it aside.
Amazing father.
Damn.
Knights in the Courtyard a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Hot diggity dog.
Everyone's so
Okay.
fucking metal here. This is rad.
Yeah. The more they fall, the more powerful they become.
More soot.
More ash for the fire. Jesus fuck.
Are you gonna stick around and see what happens, or are you continuing on your way?
We gotta release the
Okay.
prisoners.
Yeah.
All you hear in like the phone line from all 3 of them is like, damn.
Hot diggity fuck. Let's get going.
All right, you creep away. As you approach the dungeons, everything down here seems to be hewn directly out of the rock. Some of this cave is naturally formed, but as you start getting into the dungeons, you can see the blank, monolithic Duragar handiwork. Like all of the stone here appears to be cut, and as you approach, you can hear heavy mechanical footsteps.
Ooh. Heavy mechanical footsteps do not bode well for us. How far are we, from the prison now?
Not very. It's actually, like, you can still hear, I'm not gonna do that. That'll make everything too hard. You go for a little bit of distance until you can no longer hear what's happening in the forge.
Mhm.
And I don't know, you're as close as you would get before you start hearing mechanical footsteps. Everything down here is dimly lit by braziers that are only there to basically keep everything warm on account of everything having dark vision down here. So if you're using dark vision, which I believe Lydia gave to Kuori, everything would, like all of your vision would be in black and white, aside from the orange coals and the braziers.
Okay.
But I'll say, like, you stop a good ways back, like just sort of still hidden in the shadows, in this hallway, which is a good like 10 feet wide. And you see come into view, just sort of framed by the hall itself, a mechanical creature of some sort. It's sort of medium-sized, a little bit taller than a Duragar. It's... I'm trying to decide whether or not they'd make this out of Chardlyn. Maybe. It doesn't... well... yeah, no, I don't think they would. Made out of iron, what it first appears to be a suit of armor. It turns, and you can see the face of a Duragar, eyes wide, and face gritting in pain. It appears to be sunken into some sort of terrifying suit of robot armor, and it does not look comfortable in there.
Did they merge Duragar and armor?
They're making cyborgs!
One arm has a hammer on it, the other one just has this large claw.
I bet I could still kick it.
We still feel hidden, right?
Yes, for the time being.
Does it look like he's doing like rounds or just walking by?
Yeah, is he walking with a purpose?
It appears that he's doing rounds. It's like every movement for him seems to pain him a little bit. So he's only moving so much as he is compelled to do so.
That's fucked up.
Do we want a thaumaturgy? Who's got thaumaturgy and can make a loud noise on the opposite side of wherever?
I have a staff of bird calls.
Yes, but that's close. That's us. We needed to be...
The staff of bird calls is up to 120 feet.
Hell yeah, make some turkeys on the... This is all telepathic, just as a note. Hell yeah, make some turkey sounds across the room, please.
Yes. I will do this. It's 60 feet. Not 120. My bad. Still. Yeah, I feel like Burning Star wouldn't like reach out telepathically. They would just like have the staff and more just like again kind of thing. Like, all right, turkey call.
All right, you make a turkey call. You see that figure, like it seemed to have begin to start moving again, but it just sort of stops mid-step and then steps back a little bit, and you can see it like move very bodily. It seems unable to turn its head. It has to move its entire shoulders to do so. And you can see the milky white eyes of the Duragar just sort of darting around, trying to find what made that sound.
And
is it distracted enough now that we can continue sneaking on into the prison area?
Hart's gonna try anyways.
Do we still have pass without trace?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, is that there is only one entrance into this place, so in order for this to work, you're going to need to make that sound and then be quiet enough for it to get past you without alerting it.
No, the plan was to make the sound 60 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a range on the staff. The good direction. The one that solves your puzzle.
Away from us.
Mind you, there is only one entrance into this dungeon.
Yeah.
Away from the entrance.
So behind where we would be. We're looking at the entryway, so it'd be behind. So he would leave the entrance and we can pass.
Yeah.
Okay. So like more into the dungeon that you're like
Yeah.
I should describe this better. Like behind him,
Out
you
of
can
the-
see a wall with rows of doors,
Mm-hmm.
which are very similar to those doors that you saw in that one Duragar stronghold back in
Mm-hmm.
either Caer Konig or Caer Dineval. Might have been Dineval, I think. One of those two.
One of them.
One of them.
The more northern one. Oh, I've got a map in front of me, I can tell. Konig. It was Caer Konig.
Quizity question.
Okay.
How big is the opening?
The entrance, you mean?
Yes.
10 feet across.
Nice. Okay. Yep. Got
Indoor has that look, that mischief look, and I love it. I'm here
Yes.
for it.
Indoor, do you have the map in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So the dungeon is on the top part, right? Like in our theater of the mind, I am extending that hall that leads into the dungeon. So now that is much longer. The dungeon goes deeper into that wall than it says on the map.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So you are basically a little bit away from the entrance. You are like in the you're not in the crossbar of the T that forms that dungeon. You're in like the standy uppy bit.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
So where is the sound coming from?
So the sound I would want, effectively looking at the map to be at the where there are stairs leading up to where it says like plus 20 feet. So that way it's out of the hallway, which gives us enough chance to run into hallway and then scamper up towards where the dungeon is.
Understood. Okay. I'm going to go with this, but I'm going to make you guys roll one more stealth check.
Totally fine. 25.
19. Thank God for Pass Without a Trace.
5.
You say 5?
Plus path
20.
trace.
Oh,
Yeah,
25. Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
I was like, how?
My lowest
I
roll
was
was
like-
a 14
I was like,
plus
it is
1.
physically impossible for you to have a 5 with pass without a trace. Anyway.
I have -6 to my stealth.
So he makes that sound, like basically back behind you guys. You guys dart away into the shadows, and you sit silently as you hear that mechanical stepping grow closer and closer. And there's a moment where he stops, and you can hear more stepping around in the like farther into the dungeon. And he turns, and you see like a more intense look, sort of far away look appear on his face. Lydia, you recognize that he is communicating telepathically with something, and you hear those.
That's my trick.
You hear more footsteps beginning to approach from the dungeon. And he, like, when he had stopped, it was like right in front of you guys. Like, for a moment, you felt like you'd been found out. But instead, it appears that he was calling the rest of his guys. You see 3 total of these amalgamations move past you. Each one of them with varying levels of pain on their faces. They each seem to be connected in slightly different ways into these machines, but the only constant is that their heads are held perfectly in place between the shoulders. And then they have moved past you and appear to be gone for the time being.
Question.
Yes.
Are these doors locked?
There are. You mean the
the
doors in the dungeon?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes. There's a bar across each one of these doors.
Oh, is it just like a simple lift and...
Yep.
Oh, I had a really cool idea. I can't use it anymore.
Before we even start fucking with these doors, Once again, Burning Star like touches onto their chest and pulls out what looks like a silvered looking light, and then makes a large square along the hallway with his finger, using that light as I will use another one of my charges from the Robe of Useful Items and make a fucking iron door with
Oh my god.
block off the door. We have the entrance side, so they are like, our enemies are not gonna fucking like scamper in on us in the middle of this.
I love
Just
it.
placed.
That's amazing.
Iron Door is the best, objectively the best part of the Robe of Useful Patches.
Windows pretty cool, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so Iron Door used. Potion of Healing used. But yes, so now there is a large iron door where once there was not. That is blocking our enemies. Hopefully the people in the dungeon are like cool and not there for like a super bad reason or anything, and we just like Rorschached ourselves.
I mean, it's basically got like a little, like those things that you get in the hotels. It's like, please do not clean this room. It's all like,
Do not disturb.
do not disturb. Yep. So looking around, you can see that this dark corridor has narrow iron doors along the north wall, with 2 similar doors at each end, and there is an iron crossbar that seals each door. You can hear a loud banging from one cell that actually causes the bar on its door to tremble in its brackets, and then from another cell, there's just kind of a gentle tapping.
Does the loud banging sound like a person banging or like an animal?
To you, Kuori, a person. To anybody else, an animal. Just because you've been around Goliaths before, like...
I'm gonna go to the that door with the loud banging, and I'm gonna give a bang back.
There is actually like the little slit in the door so that you can
Okay,
peek
so
in
I'm gonna open that then.
open that up. You peek in a little bit, and you see the eyes of a Goliath in there. He kind of blinks to sort of adjust to like what he's looking at, and he says, "Who is that?"
Do I recognize that voice?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's Kapanuk Talltree.
Talltree. She's going to look at it confused, like, Talltree.
Metal Breaker. What are you doing here?
Just open the door. Just throw the bar away.
Yeah, like just instantaneously, like just like rushes you and like grabs you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two of you. Oh, I'm sorry, like it's like fucking Ruby and Sapphire in Steven Universe, where like it's just instantaneous, just like shoop, like
Yeah.
arms around each other, just like, and he like leans back and like pats you on the shoulder, like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I was captured on the surface. I was brought down here.
Oh,
My axe! They took my axe!"
well, wait, I'm here to rescue you? I didn't know you were here, to be honest. But no, okay, listen, we need your help, okay?
Okay.
Do you want to break some heads up for the people that did this to you?
He, like, just thunks you on the shoulder, like, more than anything.
Okay.
What do you need?
I need your help. With every dungeon door here, we need to gather an army and send them to the temple so we can go and fight these Xardorock.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who else was taken in here?
He says, "I don't know anybody else here."
Okay. Can he use bows?
He can try.
Hmm.
He can try. He's more of a javelin type guy.
Yeah. I don't have those, unfortunately. That's fine. I should have taken... No. I don't have weapons for you yet. But we'll find you weapons. Let's start unlocking these doors.
All right.
I'm gonna go over to the gentle tapped one and just open the sliding door. Little slidey picky hole thing.
You see a fellow kind of sharply dressed. He seems to have like a really like well coiffed sort of floof of hair in the front. Very very elfy type guy. He's wearing weird clothes that you haven't seen before. And he says, yes. I do believe that I don't belong here. Praise Kyber. Please, can you let me out?
Praise Kyber?
Yes. Queen of Dragons? No? I really am not where I belong.
Yes, it seems you're in a dungeon. We're here to break you out, but we kind of need a little bit of help from you.
Well, I'll do what I can.
Excellent. Does Lydia, does he look wizardy? Does he look like an arcane magic user, or is he like muscular?
He's kind of lithe.
I don't know why I want to say is he al dente?
Sure. Like, I mean, like if he's a noodle, he's got some tooth to him. Steven, it's exactly who you think it is. Like, do you have any contributions?
Yes. The question that you need to ask yourself is, does he look like a twink? And the answer is yes. Just like very fine look. Like, it looks like he got sidetracked being dressed for the opera.
Okay. Sir, just while we're breaking you out here, you happen to got any healing magic that you know? Do you know
Fresh
any healing?
out, I'm afraid.
Well, okay. Plan is, help us unlock these doors. Head to the temple. Stop the king from getting in the temple. We kill the king. Everyone goes home. Happy, fun times. We don't kill the king. We all get murdered. No one goes home. Sad, not fun times. So that's the plan. Unlock the doors. Go to the temple. Stop the king.
I'm following you so far.
Excellent.
Which direction is civilization?
We'll show you once.
We'll help you get to civilization once we're all through this. We'll have a caravan of rescuees, so that's not a problem. Just stop the king, and then we'll get out.
Quick question: what happens if you all die?
Then you will all die from being escaped prisoners. So
I see. All right, I'm following you now.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. Unlock doors. Stop the king. You know what? I'll buy the first round of drinks at town. So we gotta go. You on board?
Like a party. He starts walking down one end, just sort of lifting bars, and Kapanook will go down the other end, like just lifting and throwing bars. What you find behind these, or rather in these dungeons, are a lot of folk from the surface, it appears. For the most part, 10 towners. There's maybe 1 or 2 goblins here. There is also... I want to say Kapanook is the only Goliath here, otherwise he would know the others. And if he didn't, then that would cause some, like, tribe drama that I don't want to deal with right now. There's some ragged nomads from up on the glacier. Just kind of a mishmash of all walks of life here. I want to say that there are also a few people who, it seems that they were taken as slaves in the Underdark, and then like they have no idea where they are. They don't know what Icewind Dale is. Like, they are like they are Dorothy, and they are smack dab in the middle of Oz, and they are not in Kansas anymore, Toto. But they seem willing to try and get out of here by any means necessary, and seem desperate for leadership.
So, I know that you all have been taken here against your wills. And we're here to free you and help fight the assholes that put you in here. So, we have a plan. We need to kill this king and his people. Some of his people. We need to kill the king, basically. And we need to stop him from getting to his temple to gain more power. And we need your help to do that. Is that something you're willing to do for your freedom?
There is sort of hushed agreement. Nervous looks from side to side. Very, very enthusiastic agreement from Kapanook, and a polite acknowledgement from Teshvale as he will introduce himself. Teshvale, oh my god, Stephen, help.
Teshvale de Falarin, at your service.
That's the one.
There's art for him in the questions for the courts chat, if anyone is curious.
Oh, I love him!
Good! You should! He's very lovable and not sinister at all.
I would love him if he was sinister. It's fine.
Good! No reason.
Dark Twink was right.
So what is the plan that you give all of these prisoners?
Well, we need to get them from the dungeon to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And that's across the forge, right?
Right.
Shit. Can we still telepathically communicate with the Myconid?
Ooh, good question.
Is it like a range thing or like a whoever's connected is connected thing?
That's a really good question. I'm going to check. I just have to pull up his stat block really quick. While they were within 30 feet of each other.
Okay, doesn't matter. Because they don't have weapons, obviously. But if I'm assuming these cyborg robot people are gonna come back and be like, what the fuck is this door here? So if we kill them and give their weapons to the people here, we can all kind of charge into the forge as they go forward to the temple, and we stay in the forge fighting this king. Does that make sense?
So the plan is to take out guards, and then basically give weapons over from the guards to...
I additionally, Lydia has a crossbow and crossbow bolts that she is willing to give to anyone who feels comfortable with them. And 5 hand axes?
Wow. That would outfit a decent number
Not
of these guys.
Like the throwing ones. I have it written.
Right. You don't have to throw
notes.
hand axes.
Yeah,
you
you
can still
can-
just use them.
You don't have to throw hands.
Burning Star will manifest 2 small daggers using more patches from his robe of useful items.
I will give them.
This is the best robe I've ever
Yeah.
purchased.
Brought an arsenal.
I will give them my crossbow and my longbow.
All right. That if you look at the number of doors in this dungeon, not all of those were occupied. You would I would say, like, between you, all of you, you're able to pass weapons to basically everybody who, like, would need a weapon and is not a weapon themselves.
Excellent. Lydia will also, while weapons are being handed out, ask if anyone who was previously locked up knows healing magic.
I want to say no.
Okay, that's fair, but Lydia's looking at Hart, and she's gonna... Give me back to my spells here. Oh, there we go. She's gonna pop a 2nd level Cure Wounds into Hart before they go back into battle.
Baga.
Uh,
17 points of healing for you.
Ooh, thank you.
You're
May
welcome.
I use one of your potions?
Yep.
Hart?
Take it.
Thank you. Is it 2d4 plus 2, right?
Yep.
I rolled 2 fucking ones.
No!
4? It's not a bad number.
Better than nothing.
Yep.
You got like that watered down Gatorade.
Oh, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
Powerade or vitamin water.
It's like you
past
have
its expiration date.
or
I
like
was about to jump to defense of blue Powerade, but I'll save it for questions in
It's
the
like
courts.
you took a cup that someone was drinking Powerade out of or Gatorade out of, and there was still some of it left at the bottom, but you poured water in it. That's what it is.
Yuck. Yucky. Kuori, how you looking?
I am 43 out of 58. It's fine. I think that should be fine.
Okay.
I got more heals too if we need them while
It's
we're
fine
in
for
battle.
now.
Hart is going to switch from his starry form wild shape archer to be chalice instead, so that way he can do more of a healing thing.
All right, let's go kill the king.
Easy.
Break.
Kill the king on 3.
Kill the king, let's go!
Kill it.
All right.
Cuckoo.
You open up that iron door that you set into the hallway here, and you start making your way back towards the forge. How is this approach going? Like, just like, yo, we're going.
Well, there's a door that I don't know if the guards have taken note of. That was not there before.
Let me look at the time and see if we have time to deal with guards. Yeah, maybe. Forget about it. I'm not worried about it. They got distracted with something else.
Ah, yes, the turkeys.
There's a goddamn mycinid problem over there.
That is true. So we'll make. I think we'll be as quiet as possible as a little group of people. And
Hey, guess what, everybody? Pass Without Trace is an AoE, so as long as we're all in the pass, we're good.
That's
also,
amazing.
just pointing out, I don't know what level Tesh would be at this point, but he does also have access to Pass Without Trace after a certain point.
No.
Just throwing that one out there.
Let's go put that in the water and see if it floats.
I do have a particular set of skills.
what are those particular sets of skills?
Okay, Liam Neeson, let's go.
And off they go. So I don't have to pull up a character sheet that I don't have. All right, you guys go down the hallway, and the warmth and the sounds of the forge begin to become evident once more. You can even feel sort of a thrum through the ground, that it has the unmistakable vibe of a heartbeat.
Well, I think that's probably the forge, and we should probably head that way. Everybody else peel off and protect the temple. We may or may not be joining you shortly.
All right. Tesh says, after me, everyone, and sort of disappears into the darkness, and they all start to come after you. And Kapanook looks at you, Kuori, and gives you a nod, and you, like, whatever vibes you're getting from this elf guy, like, you know that Kapanook's going to be able to handle it. He basically gives you the eyes that says, I'm keeping my eye on that one.
Yeah. After seeing a picture of this dark twig, I'm like,
And off they go. They start to creep around the edges of the forge, keeping to the shadows and staying out of well-trafficked areas.
Okay.
What is your move?
Just brazenly walking towards the forge. It must be stopped. That is what the dreams have been saying.
That's true.
So that is Burning Star's MO, is to just go forward. Like, he's still stealth, so he doesn't really care necessarily about, like, making a secret plot kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you brazenly walk towards the forge. You still have Pass Without a Trace up. So I want to say that the way that this looks is that, like, it's one of those things where it's like you're just walking in a public area, and because you're walking with purpose and with confidence, like nobody really questions what you're doing until you get right up to the forge and you can feel the immense heat just washing over you in waves. And you can actually even look up and see white hot in the belly of this forge is the flesh of an actual anatomically correct heart that is beating and feeding the flames.
Jesus. How do we kill that? Fuck.
Cold? Do we see the king?
Yes. He is busy ordering what appears to be a cleanup crew of Quaggoths. And like he's like basically micromanaging them. And he will like point at like some scraps of Chardlyn on the ground, and he says, I'll say like even like a short scene that's occurring while you guys approach the forge is that he points at a scrap of Chardlyn on the ground, and a Quaggoth gives him some sass about like it's just a little speck of dust, and he literally grabs it by the face and he says, "Every scrap of Chardlyn is precious to me. You will pick it up." And he just like throws him to the ground, and the Quaggoth scrambles to like basically sweep dust into a dustpan and like collect it.
I have a question. Would you say that this beating dragon heart would be considered magical?
It is being kept alive by magic.
Now, what if, hypothetically, Burning Star uses a 3rd level spell and casts Dispel Magic on the effects doing this? Is this considered like a 3rd level spell or higher, or does it automatically end? Because I'm going to do it, so I need you to tell me what I need to roll.
That's a good question. Let me double check. It does specifically mention Dispel Magic. You've solved my Dragon Heart puzzle.
I've seen the movies. Yes, there are 4 of them.
There are 4 Dragon Heart. Never mind.
Yep.
Knights in the Courtyard. I'm getting distracted there.
The 4th one's not bad and came out in 2020.
25. This place is big, and
I love how Hart is just door, fix the problem. Dispel magic, fix the problem.
He's
It's
Burning
amazing.
Star. That's the thing. He's very task oriented. Heart. Not that kind. Your kind. Not your kind, but the other kind.
Wow.
It did say something about Dispel Magic. I know it. Oh well. I'm just gonna say any level that you cast it at, it's gonna be fine.
Well, I only have access to it at 3rd level, so them's the breaks.
All right. What does it look like when Hart extinguishes the life of this ever-beating dragon's
So
soul?
as Burning Star approaches, like the heart is pulsing, and I feel like as he's getting closer, like the like starry meteor that's always hanging there starts like pulsing in the same rhythm as this star. And like there is a temperature fluctuation as he's getting close, because like this thing is like constant like radiating heat, and Hart, as Lydia has felt when she went to like grab a hold of his hand, as Burning Star is incredibly cold. So there is like steam that is rising up off of this celestial body, and just with one hand open, you see it's like a cone of this like galaxy matter that seems to encase the beating heart. And then as it goes away, as it's just like a quick spray, it just sort of seems to like steadily wash off, almost like mud on a truck when you're getting a car wash, how it all just sort of like slinks off to the bottom and coalesces onto the bottom. That is what is happening with the magic around this heart, is that it is just sloughing off of it as that beating begins to lessen, and it just turns into a chunk of organic matter. And then just like falls onto the ground, and Burning Star just sort of like looks at it and then looks back to the party.
Well, that worked.
As the life drains from this heart, it ceases to give off light, and that ever-present thumping stops. And you can see everyone in the room react to this. They all start to sort of look around and like mutter to each other, trying to figure out what just happened. However, Xardorock turns and like gives direct eye contact to you, Hart. And you like he is just like stoic, like he betrays like no expression on his face, and like just silently he begins to walk in your direction, and with every step he becomes larger and larger, and he says, "Do you have any idea what you just did?" No response?
None.
He raises his gauntlet, and you see a bright light begin to form in it. Roll initiative.
Question. Do we want to go on break before we do initiative?
You know what? I feel like it's a little early, but that's okay.
All right, cool. So we are gonna go on break. We're gonna be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. Cuckoo Kachoo. Hello, everybody. We have returned to the middle of what you has guessed it. A coup! Not Aku from Samurai Jack, but we are attempting to kill a king. Before we left off for our break, Wings was having us roll initiative, so let's get into that if we haven't done that already. I got a 17.
Do you want to say that Lydia would have tapped Kuori and given her advantage on her initiative roll, on their initiative roll?
I'm up for that.
Okay, because I rolled a 4.
Well, you have advantage now. Ooh! Dirty 20 for Lydia.
Nice.
How is that? I cannot accept this roll because it's literally standing on a pin. I use my digital dice, and it's not showing me any number. Like, their numbers are on the side. I'm looking at the little, edge top.
If it didn't give you a number, then just, it's cocked. Roll again.
It gave me a number, but it didn't.
It did not display.
It did not.
This is why I don't use the digital dice. Like, if I'm gonna have to roll a number on the computer, it's
13.
just like, I want to know immediately. It's all like,
That's why I use the WotC dice roller from like 2006.
Yes.
I'm done with using digital die.
I've been using that since 4th edition. What was Hart's roll?
Hart got 17.
Bokai. Alrighty. So what you're looking at here is Xardorock Sunblight, who has made himself a very large, scary boy. 6 Quaggoths, and a 4-man, it seems. And also, well, you'll find out. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, fine.
Oh.
It's fine. No concerns for you. All right. So, one of these here quaggoths is gonna start making its way towards you guys. I think it's gonna use all of its movement, just sprinting towards you. Lydia, it is your turn.
I picked the wrong time to have a bite of curry. I am so sorry.
After Lydia, it's gonna be 2 more quaggoths, and then Hart, it'll be you.
Okay.
Lydia is going to hold on to her raven symbol, and you see 2 things. You see a radius of silver glittering magic, and she is going to cast Aura of Vitality at 3rd level.
It's a good one.
And then I am going to use Lydia is going to use her bonus action. And as that silvery magic is spreading out, you also see 2 black raven wings unfurl from her back. And I'm going to use my I forget what it's actually called.
Lady Dame, thank you for the raid.
Hi, Raiders! I'm going to use my Steps of Night so that for the next 1 minute I can fly. So Lydia is going to use her movement to go 25 feet above Kuori and Hart, so that they are still within her 30 feet sphere of Aura of Vitality. And then I believe that it's at the end of my turn, or is it a bonus action? 1 second here. Yeah, it's a bonus action. So never mind. I'll do that next turn. That's it for Lydia.
Okay. These 2 more quaggoths are going to also run up on you guys. Lydia, did you say that you were flying?
Yeah, I am flying 25 feet directly above Kuori and Hart. So literally just levitated, essentially.
Gotcha.
Going
All right.
up.
Hart, it is your turn.
Okay. So seeing that the king has gotten big and Pass Without Trace is borderline useless at this point in time. Yeah, there is that same like burst of flame from his eye. Seeing this large king, and Kuori, there is like a swirling sensation of star stuffs around you as you are going to get enlarged.
I'm so large.
Big lady.
Is that double my height?
Yes, you are twice your height now.
16 feet tall.
Yes, you are doubled in all dimensions. Your weight is multiplied by 8, but we won't talk about that part. Your growth increases by 1 size category from medium to large. And when you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and then you also deal an additional 1d4 damage on attacks.
I'm just gonna look at this now small to regard to me and just give a grin.
You are stealing all of their tricks. Damn. All right, anything else for you, Hart?
As a bonus action, because I swapped to Chalice, I can't do anything, I believe, but I'll check real quick. Yep, can't do anything.
Okay. On his turn, Xardorock was approaching you with a glowing gauntlet. The white light in his hand is going to spin, and that spinning will become more and more rapid until finally that energy just ejects out of his palm. It's not the word I'm looking for, but God damn it, like, you know, sometimes I just gotta say the lesser word. It ejects out of his palm, and it comes straight for you, Hart. Does a 21 hit you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And does a 26 is going to hit you as well.
Yeah.
As he blasts you with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Oh, what a punk. Okay.
He does 19 force damage total.
Okay. Because Enlarge Reduce is a concentration spell, I'll have to make both of those.
It's 8 and 11. So not 19, actually. The math does not check out. It'd be... No, yeah, it is 19. I should have questioned myself.
Okay, so on that first attack, Enlarge Reduce drops because I did not make the 10.
Disappointing.
Oh no!
And I'm taking how much total?
19.
19. Okay.
How tall are Duraguards?
When they are enlarged, they are quite tall.
But how
What's
tall
up?
are they normally?
Well, the stat block doesn't say, Satan.
Well, okay, how tall
Dwarf
are
is
the
typically
dwarves, right?
like 4'5", 4'8", so he's still a little bit taller than you because
He's a little
Goliaths
bit
are
taller than me.
Goliaths
I'm
are
8 feet
always
tall.
pushing. They're always pushing the size ratio, anyways.
Yeah.
So if you're 8 feet, he's like 2 feet taller, which is still like that's still 2 feet taller than you are. But like,
I'm gonna fucking
thing
bust
is with-
his kneecaps.
With how short dwarves are, they still count as medium creatures, and they make up with for that with girth. So, like, he may be only 2 feet taller than you are, but he is, like, very much wider
he's
than you
8
are.
times as heavy as he once was. Like
That's
he's
just more
chonk.
area to hit.
Okay. Damn. Find a place to hit then, Kuori, because it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna. So, was that a range attack?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna get close to him, but as Kuori walked towards him, she's going to kind of like move their hand over their arm where they got their tattoo, and the tattoos there start to glow as the sword appears in her hand, and the light from the tattoos travels from her hand through her fingers into the blade and makes it longer, as she now has a 15-foot reach. And she's going to get close to him and just start hitting him with her long sword. Does a 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Okay. And as they swing their sword, I roll damage. It's 7 damage, and she gets an extra 1d6 for her sword. So, I got rolled 6, so it's a total of 13 damage, and I believe I do get to hit again.
Okay. As you do this, he's going to use his reaction to do a hellish rebuke. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Why am I rolling digitally? 12.
All right. You're going to take 25 fire damage. You had a second attack?
Yeah. That's a total of 19.
All right, yeah, 19 hits. Unless that was the damage. Was that a...
No, that's to hit. That was to hit. Wait, no, I'd roll a d8, not a d10, because it's one-handed. That's a 6 plus 3. That's 9 plus a d6. That is a 15 points of damage.
All right. So, You come at him with your sword, and you manage to slash, like, probably up, and then, like, come in for a stab. And as you do so, it does, like, pierce his armor a little bit, but his gauntlet comes up and, like, grips it, and then flames just wash down your sword and across your body, as he rebukes you. More Quaggoths and the Duragar begin to move up, at the... Oh, you know what? Yes, okay. I made a mistake there. Don't worry about it. At the top of the round, the Quaggoth that started to advance is going to take a few swings at Hart. Angry Quaggoth. A 10 isn't going to hit, but a 21 might. Cannot hear you.
Hold up. A 21 does.
Okay, that's going to be 7 slashing damage
Okay.
for the Quaggoth.
Yeah.
Lydia, it's your turn. Hart, you're going to be after the next 2 Quaggoths.
Okay, so firstly, Lydia is going to use her bonus action, seeing how crispy Kuori just got.
I'm a crispy snack now.
Oh, you always a snack. She is going to use her bonus action to heal 2d6. Oh, no, that one's gone. Oh, good. 11 hit points back to Kuori. So that's Lydia's bonus
Thank you.
action. And then as an action, you see Lydia is like flying and just sort of hovering in the same place, but she will take aim at the king and fire her laser pistol.
Oh, God. Yeah,
I
that is
forgot we
something to
gave you a
have.
gun.
Yay!
You gave me a gun! I can fly with a gun!
You ever flown through the air while shooting a gun at your enemies?
Pew pew, bitches! So that is a... Oh, that's good. That's a 19 to hit.
Okay, a 19's definitely going to hit him.
That's 3d6 plus 1. That's really good. That's 15 points of damage.
Fire rains from above.
Pew.
Pew, pew. All right. Anything else for you?
Lydia's, in regards to movement, at least for right now, she is purposefully making sure that she is in between Kuori and Hart and 25 feet up.
Okay. All right.
So that they're both still within her 30-foot radius of aura of fatality.
Cool. I'm into it.
Excellent. But yes, that is it for Lydia. She healed. She fired her gun. She's floating. We Gucci.
All right. One Quaggoth is going to come after Kuori. 17.
No, actually.
How about a 24?
Yeah, actually.
All right. Only 4 slashing damage for you.
Oh, thank God.
The second Quaggoth is going to recognize Lydia as a threat, and it's going to use its climbing speed to climb up the forge and take a leaping jump at her. I'm going to have it attack you at disadvantage. An 11 and a 7 are not going to hit. So Lydia manages to, like, pull up. Like, yeah, just like she's like ducks and dives as she's flying around, and then a fucking Quaggoth comes at her, like just claws up in the air, just like, nah! And then just like biffs it into the ground. All right, Hart, it's your turn.
Okay, Hart is going to use a... Fuck Waggles. Okay, he's going to use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Flaming Sphere But he's going to use meta magic to turn it into lightning. And he is just going to have that like appear on the Duragar, like on the king, just bam, like
Okay.
smack that boy. Which flaming sphere he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Can do. 7's probably not going to make it.
7 is a fail, so he is going to be taking 3d6 worth of lightning damage.
Okay.
Roll for everyone. That's a total of 6 off of 3d6. That's
Woof.
super good. And so that was his action, and then
All right.
yeah, and then that was the bonus action as well, because you summon it and then bam.
Does that count as being harmed by a creature?
I
mean, like, technically, right?
Technically, no, because it's not a melee attack. You summon a thing, and then the thing deals damage.
I mean, it doesn't say a melee attack. It says damaged by a creature within 60 feet.
So, I not trying to like save my own bacon on that one.
Oh no, for
but
sure.
I would say
I know that
no.
You will 100% jump into a fire.
Yeah.
One there.
I would say no, because you summon the orb, and then while the orb is being maintained, then it bumps into somebody because it is the orb dealing damage, not the caster.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Anything else for you, Hart?
Let me just check. Okay. Yeah, I had to move it into him as a bonus action on my turn. I have a Quaggoth on me, which is kind of butts, but them's the breaks, kids.
All right. Xardorock on his turn is going to come at Kuori with his clawed gauntlets. A 16 probably doesn't hit you, but maybe a 25?
Hey, re-roll that, because Hart is going to use the Celestial Omen Woe that he still had from last time.
Neato. 10's probably not going to hit.
No! I love you, Hart.
So in a very similar way to like he just did to you with his hellish rebuke, he is going to take a swipe at you, which you like duck under like an awesome boxer does, and then he comes at you again with another swing, and you just like catch his gauntlet. And it's your turn, Kuori.
Okay. I'm gonna take a bonus action to regain some hit points. This is my second wind.
Okay.
Just so people know what I'm talking about. 9 plus 6 is 15. That's not bad. 15. Let me say that I used that. So I'm going to... I do have spells. No, I'm gonna hit him again with a cool sword. So I'm gonna hit him twice. 19 plus 6.
It's gonna hit.
Damage die is a d8 plus d6. So 8 plus 3, that's 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
Plus 4. And then the other one is 17 plus 6.
That'll also hit.
Which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 5. So 13.
Okay. Anything else for you?
No.
All right, make a dexterity save.
That's fair. Oh, no, why did I roll digitally? Oh, God, I rolled a 1.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm taking it. I rolled it, so it doesn't matter.
17 fire damage as he does another hellish rebuke.
That's fair.
Okay. A couple of things happen after your turn, Kuori. There are 3 other Quaggoths and a Duragar. They begin to advance on you. And it's starting to look like pretty scary, right up until the moment where one of them gets just like side tackled by
You get snatched out of the air.
yeah, well, by a fucking Goliath, as Talltree comes in and just like bum rushes him with a great big shiny great axe, which he has somehow gotten a hold of. And behind him are a number of a number of those prisoners. It seems that the goblins have been able to find their equipment as well. They come running in with like various weapons. One of them literally just has a flamethrower. The other one has like a spear with like 2 other spears that go ka-chunk and then just start spinning around the first one. And like everybody just starts running in, and the rest of the Quaggoths and that other Duragar are going to be distracted for the rest of this fight. However, unfortunately, the guards up in the watchtowers have become aware that there is a problem down there, and they're going to start taking pot shots at you with javelins at disadvantage because you are beyond their effective range. However, that is still gonna go down. So there are 8 guys throwing javelins. They don't have multi-attack, so there's going to be 8 attacks split between the 3 of you. And I'm going to say that more of them are going to go for Lydia since she's airborne, and none of the melee guys can get at her.
It's okay, guys. Wings is historically bad at javelins.
Well, maybe I'm rolling with digital dice this time, motherfucker.
You
Let's
said
see
that.
what happens.
You have cursed me, Indor. You have cursed me. Don't you put that evil on me, Indor.
All right. That's going to be 2 for Kuori, 2 for Hart, and
4 if there's 8 in total.
3 for... No. Yeah, I guess 4 for Lydia. Whoops. Let's see how this goes. Baby.
I got a gun and an updated armor class. I'm unstoppable.
All right, here comes 2 for Hart. 1, 2. 19's probably going to hit you.
Yeah, that's a disadvantage.
Yep, that's a disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
All right, that's going to be 4 piercing damage, 2 for Kuori. Here we go. 1, 2. Neither of those are going to hit. And here comes 4 for Lydia. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Natural 1, a 15, a 17, and below 10. So I'm thinking the 15 or... Oh, none of those are going to hit because you're wearing new armor.
None of those hit me, baby. I got a gun and a new armor class. I'm going to touch
Pew, 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 pew. Amazing. All right. So that is it for the javelin attacks.
I would just like to think that Lydia is like has been dreaming of flying for so long that now that she can, she's doing synchronized swimming exercises in the air to just like ballet music playing, dodge these javelins as they're coming. She'll do a pirouette midair to miss one. It goes like right through her arms as she's pirouetting. It's great.
Dip, duck, twist, like fucking like karate chop one out of the air. This is great. It's going fantastic.
Is her ego getting a little much because she's gone through 2 battles completely untouched due to flying? Yes. Is she going to come crashing down to Earth real soon? Oh, I'm sure of it.
At the top of the round, a Quaggoth is coming at you, Hart. 11's going to miss, but a 16 might get you.
Yep.
All right, that's going to be 8 damage.
Okay.
Lydia, it's your turn, then 2 Quaggoths and a Hart.
2 Quaggoths and a Hart. Okay.
Da, 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 da.
So Lydia is going to another verse, same as the first. We're going to do some Aura of Vitality healing for our bonus action. This time we're gonna get our good friend Hart in the bubble here for a total of 8 HP.
It's good. Also, I have a question. Sorry, not to detract, but did the king did he move away from where he was previously?
Nah, he's where he's at.
I need him to make a deck save then, because the flaming sphere procs at the end of his turn.
Okay, a 2's not gonna make it.
No, it does not. Cool. Just wanted to make sure. He takes 13 lightning damage. Anyway, back to Lydia's turn. Sorry.
All right, continue.
And then Lydia is going to fire another shot from her laser pistol, because it went really well the last time. Natural 19 for a dirty 20.
Damn. All right, let's see it.
3d6 plus 1. I will take a picture for the group chat, but I rolled 3 6s. So that's 19 damage. Just so y'all can see. Please ignore the curry stain that is currently on. I'll put it in questions for the court so that other people can see as well. But yeah, so that's 19 damage.
All right. Chardlyn, Xardorock. I got my made-up fantasy words mixed up. He looks up at you, and like watches like a javelin like bounce off of your armor, and he like you can see like him squint for a second, and then like his eyes widen in recognition as he like sees the Chardlyn emblem on your chest, and you can see him start to form the words Chardlyn, as he gets fucking just like a hole blasted in his chest by the laser pistol in your hand. And he pauses there and kind of looks down, and there's just smoke rising from his chest, and he falls to his knees and then dies.
Wait, what?
Motherfuckers, you got like some crazy damage up in this biz.
I shot the sheriff, but I did not kill the deputy, bitches!
Yeah, but like the sheriff's the bad guy, so now we gotta find the deputy. Like, what are we waiting for?
Did I? Oh, we just killed a king.
Is there still molten lava like flowing?
He falls to the ground. His crown falls off of his head and begins to roll across the floor.
Can I stomp on it as
Sure.
a free action?
Oh.
I stomp on it like a bug.
It shatters. It's made out of crystal. There's still chaos going on around you.
Do we see any of the guards like throw down their weapons or actually
What you do see, like you turn around, you see atop one of the towers, there are two fellas getting ready to chuck another round of javelins at you, Lydia. You see one of them behind him, just like grab onto that javelin, and then like grab his foot and then just like chuck him over the end of the tower. And it seems that like suddenly everybody who is loyal to Musgart has decided that now is the time to strike.
Lydia will just yell, "Long live Musgart! Musgart is queen!" and then fly down to Hart and Kuori.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, Sunblight Fortress is in an uproar. You did what you came here to do, and you even managed to accomplish a few side quests for Musgart and your good friend Taltree. I feel like it's time for a skill challenge to get out of here.
That tracks.
Let's do that. We're just gonna keep our initiative from the fight. Yeah, and Lydia just did the killing blow there. So I think that we're
shot.
Pachow, pachow.
Pachow. I think that we're gonna start. We're gonna start off with Hart. Basically, the goal of this skill challenge is to get out of a Duragar fortress in an uproar, where loyalties are not necessarily clear, and there's all kinds of crazy shit in this place. You're going to have to navigate your way out of here and also get all the prisoners out with you alive. Does that sound like a decent goal?
Yeah, that sounds super
That
easy.
sounds good.
Fucking fun. Fucking easy.
Super
Fun.
good.
Guys,
Alright.
I have a gun and new armor. I'm unstoppable.
Don't say that. You're gonna jinx yourself.
All right, Hart. Let's start off this skill challenge.
Lydia's rising from the fucking destruction of this fortress like Stitch after he crash lands on a planet. Yeah, still in Burning Star because there is active danger. Lightning Sphere is just like going forward, making a path. He's going to use the Nature's Mantle as a bonus action to allow him to hide. So he is just going to try and like maneuvering his way forward, or no, because we want to make sure everyone gets out. Yeah, Hart is going to use his last 3rd level spell slot for another Pass Without Trace. And then he's going to stealth to encourage everyone around him to also be doing the same. That's a 2 on the die for a total of 15.
That's gonna make it.
Thank God for Pass Without Trace.
It's the Pass Without Trace, baby.
Oh, man. I would have felt like a downright fool otherwise, so checks.
Alrighty. So Hart takes the lead and casts Pass Without a Trace. There is still chaos going on around you. Fire is flying. Like there's the whir of the goblin spear. Those Duragar hammerers, as they are called, the guys in the exoskeletons, come out and start engaging with the whole group. It is a mess out here. What is your skill, Kuori?
So we're hiding while we do this?
It sounds like Hart is taking the stealthy approach to get out of here.
Okay. So that, I have a +6 athletics, so I was gonna be like, I just start pushing my way through people and clearing a path. But I will go with, can I use survival to kind of maneuver us around, help Hart maneuver us around this chaos?
Sure, yeah, I like
Okay.
that.
What is math? I rolled a 12. It's a +4.
16.
That one.
That's a success. You are able to maneuver your way past all of this chaos and make your way back to the throne room, where it appears that the Myconid is busy guarding the doors and basically trying to make a lot of noise and draw a lot of people towards him. It seems that all of the reinforcements were starting to head towards the forge, and he almost attacks you as you guys come in, but he recognizes you as friends. I want to say that, like, he's basically going to high-five you on your way out, And as he does so, he actually picks up one of the jars that the Quaggoths were using to collect his spores. Um, and he pours a different colored spore from his hand into this jar and presses it into the arms of anybody who's available.
I will take the jar.
Yep, and he passes you by, and you see him start running down one of the tunnels.
Can you
Deeper
tell
and
me what
deeper.
this does? I say telepathically.
um, it only lasts for an hour, but it is the spores of rapport.
That sounds like a really dope song, but I have no idea what that does.
It's the stuff that makes you able to speak telepathically.
Oh.
So that's gonna wear off, but he has given you a few more uses of that, basically.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Roll me 2d6.
5.
All right, you have 5 uses of rapport spores.
That's amazing.
All right, that's that. Lydia, what do you do in the skill challenge?
Lydia will fly over to where like the biggest group of stealthily fly over to where the biggest group of our allies that we released from the prison are. And will telepathically communicate with them that if they would like directions to the surface to as quickly and quietly as possible follow us, which she can do telepathically.
Right.
And then I think Lydia would... I know what I would do, but I know that Lydia is going a little power hungry with her laser pistol and will probably fire off a shot at whoever is still milling about on the king's end of things.
She yelling, suppressing fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm literally trying to provide cover fire as people are leaving with my laser pistol.
So what skill are you going to roll for that?
It could either be like persuasion to get our allies to like make space and follow us, or if it wanted to be like a perception check to see if I can get one of the king's guards in all amidst the chaos.
It is your preference.
Oh, if it's my preference, then persuasion for sure.
Then go for it.
Oh, thank God I picked that. That's 14.
That's a failure.
Sorry, guys. I rolled a 8.
You're fine, Mizuki.
Lydia's getting
Pew,
a little bit power hungry here. And she doesn't notice the Duragar hammerer that's creeping up on her from behind. When suddenly there is a quick movement, and the hammerer falls over, and you turn around to see that Tesh has knocked it to the ground and is busy just stabbing him in the face with a knife. And he turns around and gives you a placating smile and says, "Watch your back next time." And he's just got blood coating his face.
Lydia will just kind of give like an awkward thumbs up before continuing to fly away.
He gives you a thumbs up, turns around, starts stabbing again. Hart, it is your turn.
Okay.
Bastard, man.
Yeah, I would.
Sorry, I
No,
thought I was
just
being-
with Tesh being one of my characters, I feel like there is like he like divine smites for one of the stabs. There's just like big energy that pops up from it, and he's just like, it's whatever. It's just a thing.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. Knights in the courtyard. Hart did pass without a trace. He stealthed last time. Because he's in chalice form, which is for healing spells, and we want all of the prisoners to make it out alive. Could I do a medicine check to see if any of the prisoners are like looking more weathered than others, because he can cure wounds them if possible.
To basically do a triage and decide who needs it most.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm up for it.
Okay. That's a 13.
That's another failure.
If I use a spell slot, could I get advantage?
Yes.
Okay, do it. Haha, that's a 19.
That's a success.
Just as a note as well, Wings, because I know that my laser pistol has finite ammunition. I have been keeping track of it in D&D Beyond, and I did use 2 as cover fire.
Understood.
So
Okay,
I've been keeping
then I would have been willing to give you advantage on that check. Would you... we could either re-roll it now, or you could basically take it as a forward.
I'll just take it forward for the next check.
Okay. All right. Hart, or not Hart, Kuori. It is you.
It's me, dear
It's
girl. Blah, 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 blah. Can I do perception to look out for anyone coming, much like the Juragar that was coming beyond Lydia's back?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay. I just wanted to run it by you. So I'm going, while we're moving, Kuori's going to start looking out and try to prevent other people from coming to them and hurting them. That is not a D6. 19. 15 plus 4.
It's another success. Alrighty. Lydia. Let's go.
Yes. So, Hart, you used a medicine check last, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Trying to think of what has not been used so far.
You just can't use the last thing that.
Oh,
person
okay.
You
behind
can use
used.
things that have been used previously in the skill challenge. You just can't use the thing that you just used on your last turn, or the skill
What
that
I
was
used.
used in initiative previous to you.
Okay. So I think that with that, Lydia will probably... I think at this point, Lydia is trying to like make sure that the elevator for the shaft is working so that we can get back up. So
For that matter, it appears that the elevator has actually been left on some sort of loop, and who knows where it's going to go next. I think that this check is to like basically take control of the elevator and take you exactly where you need to go, rather than to some random place.
Sure. But I was gonna suggest using acrobatics to try and like fly into the elevator and see what's going on, or if the elevator's not there, like to fly into the elevator shaft and see if it's above, below, that type of deal.
Okay, yeah, I'm willing to allow that.
Okay.
I want to say that the elevator is not there, but you can see the gears whirring as it is moving about.
Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to like see where the elevator is and then fly back out and then cause it to stop on our floor.
Yep,
So that we
go
can
for it.
pile in. And I'm going to use the advantage set from last round. Which is good because I rolled a 3, but I also rolled a 17 for an 18 total.
Nice. That looks great. So you like you can see like the chains are moving sort of rapidly. You fly into the shaft to try and find the elevator. And your dark vision allows you to see it come rapidly down towards you out of the darkness. And you have to backtrack out of the chute a little bit, and then you wait for a moment, and then you dart in just as it's like shooting past the landing point. and you get inside. And you're able to pull a lever to stop it in place, and then come back up to basically stop on the landing long enough for everybody to pile on. With that, that's enough successes for a successful skill challenge. Everybody piles onto the elevator, and you yank the lever, and it starts to ascend
Going up.
back to the surface. There is a few moments of darkness as everybody in the group, as well as the prisoners, are just sort of waiting for thousands of feet as you ascend back up the mountain. Is there any words exchanged? There is silence here for as the din of the coup begins to fade as you go higher and higher in this elevator shaft.
I think
Does
that
she really went for that guy with the knife?
I think that Lydia's still like super out of breath and is just kind of like her wings have faded and there's feathers all over the floor from where they have molted, and she's still holding her laser pistol like up, like literally like holding it up.
Mm-hmm.
And like, well, we said we wanted to kill the king.
The Hart's dead too, so that's good. Not this Hart. Our Hart is fine.
Yeah, no, her heart is good. Her heart is good. And she'll turn to the others who else is in the elevator with us? Is it just us three?
It is not just you three. It is like you can see that Tall Tree is busy doing a head count for all of the prisoners, and he's making sure that everybody is there. And he turns and gives a solemn nod to Kuori, confirming that everyone has come. I want to say that Hart is busy tending to the wounded.
For those of you who fought alongside us, I'm sorry that you were imprisoned, and I am glad you are free now. And that freedom comes with a choice as to where you're wanting to go. I know that some of you hail from the Underdark. That is not where we are going, but the new queen is planning on returning, and I can guarantee safe passage for you with the queen. She owes us a mighty big favor at this point. But those of you who are looking to come back to 10 Towns, you have welcome journey with us. That's where we'll be headed. Heading, not beheading, because we just killed the king. I wanted to make that clear. We're done with that, hopefully. And Lydia will like see that she's still holding her gun aloft and like tuck it
Kuori
into
just
the holster.
Kuori just okay, put the gun down.
For those of you who want to make your own way, by all means, you are free to do so. You're no longer prisoners. Thank you. And then Lydia will continue to help the wounded with Hart.
Okay. You are met with weary stares. Like they all still have the adrenaline sort of moving through their bodies, but like you are met with nods. Though a few like just traumatized, like long 1,000-yard stares. The elevator finally reaches the top. And there is a single Duragar kind of standing there. He like turns around, looks a little bit surprised, but you recognize him as Drex, and he relaxes a little bit when he sees you guys amongst this crowd of people, and he says, "I hear the deed is done."
It is.
Yeah.
You have Grandolphus' gratitude. She says that you can keep anything you found down there, but I recommend you get out of here quickly.
That's the plan.
Man, we didn't check the treasure room.
That's the plan. We have some prisoners who hail from the Underdark. I know that you and the Queen are now planning on returning to the Underdark. I want to ensure their safe passage back to their homes.
Trying to decide whether this should be a persuasion check or an insight check. He kind of like looks at them and then gives you a nod. Give me an insight check.
I got +7.
Mute it yourself, honey.
Oh, I was gonna say I have +7 to that. This can only go great. Nat 20, 27 total.
He's giving you like the slow nod that somebody like who is in the lower ranks would give to somebody that he's just trying to get to leave. It's all like, you know, where somebody says like, you should tell management that it would be a better idea to do this, and he's like giving you a nod like, yes, I should do that, and he's definitely not intending to tell management about that, or he just knows that management isn't going to care.
Lydia will see this and take the time to, you watch like her eyes go kind of glazed as she goes into Drex's mind and says, just remember that I'll know if this is done or not. I'm in your head too. Because she recalls the fact that she said that she could blow up his head from the inside out when she had him tied up earlier. So.
Yep. Nope. He respects that. Definitely. And as you're doing that, I want to say that one of the denizens of the Underdark, I'll say this is a Sverfneblin, a deep gnome. Basically, like you're starting to get real aggro with this guy, and like an older, like granny type Sverfneblin just reaches a dark hand out to you and like sort of puts hers over yours, and she says, there is nothing left for us down there. We will make our way on the surface.
Oh, you can come with us then. That's totally okay too. I just wanted to make sure you had the choice to go back home if you wanted to. I'm sorry, I'm a little high strung. I just killed a king.
You're okay.
That's adorable. Yeah, no, like just sweet granny hand on your cheek. And then
Lydia just starts weeping, like just like not like sobbing, but like just flows of tears just come down her eyes.
Aww. I want to say that Tall Tree is like sort of ushering people off of the elevator, and he sees that, and he's actually going to like bop Kuori and kind of point.
Oh, okay.
Like in the way that like, oh god, I don't know what to do.
Okay, she's just gonna and just take Lydia and pick her up and hug her to her like a baby.
You just like nestles in and like as Kuori, as you pick Lydia up, you feel all of the muscles, every single muscle in her little gnome body unclench and just not be tense and held aloft anymore by her own anxiety as she's in your arms, and she just melts a little bit.
They're gonna take Lydia and put them inside their coat.
Old school style before we had
style. Yeah.
Aww.
Oh wait, that wasn't me. I just
It could have been you. At an earlier point.
True.
Well, like
characters, man, it's difficult.
The intent was there. For Kuori, it may as well have been. On your way out the door, I want to say that like Kuori probably waits to make sure that everybody gets out. And as she does so, Drex actually steps up to you, Kuori, and presses a very like roughly textured, very nice jug of liquid into your hand. And you look down, you recognize it's the same kind that the Musgart Mushroom Ale was placed in. It seems that he's handing you a fresh bottle. And he says that Grandolpha wanted to send you off with something nice.
Kuori's just gonna lift the bottle and says, thank you. And hopefully you all do well down there. Goodbye. Puts the bottle in the other side of her jacket. There's another pocket in there.
He nods and just sort of steps back, sort of wringing his hands as he watches everybody begin to leave. You file your way out of the fortress and begin to make the haphazard trek back down the mountain, the hatchbacks that lead back down into the valley. Is there any sort of conversation that ensues as you make your way down the mountain? This will take at least 20 minutes.
As soon as they are out of the Sunblight Fortress, Burning Star drops and Hart is back to his normal self. And he just takes a big breath in of like this outside air. He's so happy to not be underground anymore. It's a big no-go for him. That's another reason why Burning Star was so awesome back there. It's because like Hart said, he didn't want to die down there.
Kuori just gives him a big like pat on the head.
Yeah, and
Welcome back, Hart.
he just gives a very big, very strong smile, and says, I think he would say, the dream is over. We stopped it.
We did.
And then
Kuori's gonna hug Hart next to her side.
and then Hart will like enjoy the embrace for a little bit, but then with a serious expression, he says, "But we have to make sure that Stag and Lucas are okay. It took us a while to stop that dragon."
Yeah, it did.
We're going to make sure they're okay.
We tried to warn as many people as we could, but there's going to be collateral damage. Let's get these people back to civilization and let's check on our family.
And Hart will then spend he'll spend most of the trip back down passing out good cookies to people. Just like the prisoners, because they probably haven't eaten in a while, or if they have, it hasn't been very filling, or if it's just been like, oh, mushroom again. Where do you keep getting all of this mushroom? And there's just like a sad Myconid like off in the corner. Like he's gonna like just hand out cookies to people.
Bless. There is a multitude of they were able to find their warm weather clothing wherever they were found their weaponry. On the way down, Tall Tree will actually come up next to you, Kuori, and tell you what they found in the temple. He explains that very similar to the rest of the Duragar furnishings. It was very Spartan, and like not a lot of decoration or anything. So it was not hard to miss the creature that they saw in there.
What?
A creature. It was chained to the altar, and he describes it to you. Just sort of like a pallid gray face, metal kind of implanted into its head. It was not human. It was nothing like anything he had ever seen. It did not seem healthy. Make me an Arcana check.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, I'm actually smart. 18.
From his description, you're able to piece together that this was a mutilated illithid. And it seems that they were using, from what he described, it seems like they were using it as a catalyst for some sort of religious or arcane setup that would have powered up fucking Xardorock if he had gotten in there.
Oh, shit.
They were also, there were rooms in the temple that just so happened to be holding all of their weaponry and equipment in there, and they were able to outfit themselves, fortunately. He said that this thing scared him, but more than anything, he pitied it, and he did what he felt was right. And he doesn't really
Go into detail.
elaborate on that.
Yeah.
But I think you have an idea of what he might have done.
Yeah. Kuori's gonna give a solid nod and pat his shoulder and give it a firm grasp. We did what we have to do. Are you going to go back home?
He like, you know, he just kind of like looks down into the snow for a moment, and then he starts to nod, and he says, I have not found Oyam and Artak, but I have been away from home for too long.
What was the reason he wanted Oyam and Artak?
They wanted wisdom on what to do about their smith, who was suffering from Chardlyn madness.
Lydia, you wouldn't happen to have any lesser restoration or anything like that?
Let me check my mental notes here as to how much magic I have left. I don't think I have lesser restoration as a spell.
It doesn't have to be now.
I do not have it. Let me check if it's one that I can prepare at a later time, like tomorrow.
Because greater restoration is out of our reach at the moment, right?
This is correct. I do have less. I can do lesser restoration tomorrow.
Would I think, DM, that lesser restoration would be enough to help cure the crystal madness?
That's a good question. I might need to do some research on that and get back to you.
Okay. If not, Kuori, would 10 towns have some sort of cleric service where they would have those types of spells?
There absolutely is a cleric service with those types of spells available. Let us see. Chardlyn. There is stuff on Chardlyn. While I'm looking for this, is there any character interactions that happens as you're on your way down the mountain?
I think Lydia just like takes a moment and just quietly says to Kuori, I know that shutting down the forge was the right thing to do because obviously the dragon and all that. Did I do the right thing killing the king? I got a little trigger happy in there, and I don't like...
I understand you do not like hurting people that do not need to be hurt, but you took down a mad king. A tyrannical man that was going to burn down and enslave people.
I know. Just... It's not as
easy.
It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Well, I mean, my gun made it pretty. It literally like takes out her gun and she's just looking at it.
Lydia.
Okay, she puts the gun away. I would do anything to protect my family, and what made it so easy to shoot him is that he didn't care about his at all.
He did not.
But I also don't like that it was that easy for me to just shoot blindly, and I'm just ready to go home.
We're going to be home soon, I promise. We'll be home. We'll be able to rest, have a good meal, have a good drink.
We have an inn to build and run.
That is true. That is true.
As you begin to speak, sort of nostalgically about home. You make your way down the mountain, and as you start to circle back around it to head back in that direction, you can see that while it is overcast here and fairly calm, over 10 towns, a blizzard has started up. Just the clouds in the sky have descended to basically meet with the earth where you can see that civilization should be. And you can see a light just sort of playing about inside of that cloud like lightning. But from a distance, it is not the sound of thunder that you hear, but the mechanical roar of the dragon.
It's still alive?
I thought we took care of that.
And as you say that, there is the whoosh of the sound of sleigh rudders moving through snow. And 3 dog sleds actually rush up to meet you. In the lead sled, you can see that there are actually no dogs in the reins themselves. It's just these invisible, like, arcane forces that are pulling the sleds along. And in the sled, there is a person just fully covered in cold weather gear. However, you can see their eyes peeking out from under the hood and a cloth that covers their face. There is only one eye peeking back at you because there is an eye patch covering the other. And this person whoosh comes up to you, and occupying the other sleds, and as well as 2 on the sled with the lead one, you recognize them as kobolds, but not Icewind kobolds. They don't have the characteristic blue and gray skin colors and like the fat tails like salamanders. No, these are classic Forgotten Realms kobolds from farther south. They have the redder skin. And there seems to be something a little bit off about them, just in kind of the way that they look around with their milky eyes. It's a little bit more robotic. It's not quite as jerky or lively as your typical kobold would be. And like this group sort of comes up to you very quickly, and the driver says, "Can we be of any service?"
Hart,
Who are you?
Hart, looking at the like blizzard that has moved down onto the ground. When they ask if they can be of any service, Lydia asks, "Who are you?" Hart asks, "How many can you take?"
She starts like counting people. She's like, "I can take 3 on each sled, along with their equipment."
How many of them are there? How many of all of us are there?
Well, I
Would you
roll
say
me 2d6.
okay?
We also have our sled dogs and our axe beak because we have Basket and the puppies.
7.
So
7. All right. There are 7 prisoners, including Taltree and Tesh.
Can take up to 9, so that's all. They could take all of them.
because we have our own transport with the pups and Basket.
Is the axe beaks are faster than sled dogs, right?
Yes. And as you're starting to consider that, she says, "You're going to want to take my sleds. They don't need to rest."
Hart.
Morally, I cannot leave these puppies.
Taltree would be happy to babysit your dogs.
Yeah. She's actually gonna tell Kuori's actually gonna tell Taltree to go back to Lonelywood and give him directions to her cabin because they're gonna tell Todd. She's like, I have a way I can help if you trust me.
And then he takes the dogs and anyone who wants to go to
Yes.
Lonelywood and Basket, and then we'll go on the ghost.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
This driver approaches you and pulls down their mask, revealing a middle-aged woman. She kind of pulls back her hood a little bit, and you can see a floof of gray hair kind of tumbles down over her face. And she says, "My name is Valin Harpel."
Nice to meet you.
You see a snowy owl is actually perched on her shoulder. She says, "These sleds are going to be the fastest way back to 10 Towns. We can talk about why I want to help you later. But trust me, I have a vested interest in your success."
Well,
Right.
let's talk on the road. Let's go.
She hops back up onto her sled, and she sort of whistles, and you see all of those kobolds get to work on basically grabbing your equipment and getting them hooked up to the sleds. And it is efficient. The switch is made very quickly as the kobolds start to do this. Is there anything that you say to Valin in the moments before you start heading back to 10 Towns?
Did anyone send you? Do you have word from 10 Towns?
She says, "No one sent me. I just work for myself."
All right. Look, I said let's.
We tried to stop the dragon. Do you know what damage it's caused? Where in 10 Towns have you come from? Do you have like any sort of status update as to what we're going
Lydia.
into?
She has a grim look on her face, and basically like the kobolds start to like push you guys onto the sleds and stuff like that. And she raises a hand to you, Kuori, and she says, "No, it's fine. She wants to know what's going on. I can tell her." And like the sleds begin to go whoosh as like the moments that your feet touches the sleds, it just starts going, and the wind begins to blow by. She pulls back up her mask, and she says, "I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty grim. Dugan's Hole and Goodmead are gone. Last I heard, it was flying over East Haven."
We have to go to East Haven. We have to go to East. Please tell me these sleds are taking us to East Haven. These sleds are taking us to East Haven.
Yes.
Well, then let's go.
And so we will. And there is another final whoosh from the sleds as you rush back to 10 Towns to hopefully mitigate the damage that the Chardlyn dragon has begun to do. And we will pull back with the camera to watch the dog sleds rushing across the tundra, and then it rises back up again to regard those clouds, and then we hear one final shriek from the dragon. And I think that's where we're going to leave off for tonight.
Excellent! Thank you, Wings, for running this game! I had an absolute blast playing through this dungeon. I am terrified of what is going to happen when we can finally resolve the events with the Chardlyn dragon, aka Big Chongus. But I'm always excited whenever you're on the channel, Wings. Where can we find you? What do you do?
Oh, hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings most related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a schedule that is a pinned tweet on there so you can see all the things that I'm up to, so go check it out. DanaeKeener.com.
Yes, it's me. Hi, everyone. My name is Satan, or else a vamp on the internet. Wow. Yeah, that was an amazing episode. I really loved it. If you want to see more of me, on this channel, tune in not only Sunday nights but Thursday nights. What? I'm gonna be here Thursday night, for the next few weeks, as Lilith, my vampire mobster, or now vampire queen. Love her. You can also find me online soon, Saturday nights next month, and Sunday mornings 12 hours before this show. You can find me over at the High Goblin DMing for a few friends of mine as they get closer and closer to a boogeyman that's been haunting some of their party members. It's gonna be a stinky, slimy bastard man. But other than that, follow me on Twitter, and I'll put out there every show I'm in, all the one shows I'll be in, and all that stuff. That's me.
Oh, hi everybody. It's me. Yeah. King Killer Gnome, also known as LizMac here on Twitch, or LizMacD22 on the Twitter. When I am not here every Sunday kicking ass and taking names, I am the community manager of Clever Play Studio. Our game Operation Tango has been out for 6 weeks now, which is crazy. We just participated in PAX, which was amazing. I got to run my first panel. So if you want to follow along on my crazy journey of community management, tabletop RPGs, and being bad at every video game ever, you can check out the Linktree link that I just dropped in chat. And you can find me here on Sundays. And I love you all so much. Thank you. That's it for me.
We love you too, Liz. And if you guys have made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, including full playthroughs of Curse of Strahd, Ghost of Saltmarsh, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Tomb of Annihilation, Tyrant Security, Masks the Green Sun, and many, many more to come. But for right now, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to post them in the Twitch chat to the side, or possibly join us on our Discord. The link can be found in the description of this video VOD down below. But with that, I would like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to Danae for running this absolutely incredible game, and thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!